What if I told you the secret to crushing your goals and feeling amazing isn't more hustle? It's more rest. We've been taught that productivity means constant motion, but what if that's exactly what's holding you back from true well-being and long-term success? Imagine waking up every day refreshed, focused, and ahead of the curve, not because you worked harder, but because you rested smarter. This isn't just about recovering from burnout. It's about unlocking your next level of creativity, clarity, and performance through purposeful rest. For years, we've been sold a lie that more hours equals more success. But what if this relentless grind is quietly sabotaging your health and your results? Today, we're busting the myth that rest is weakness and showing how purposeful rejuvenation is actually your ultimate superpower. We live in an always-on culture that glorifies overwork, long hours, no days off, answering emails at midnight. It's sold as dedication, but in reality, it's often desperation in disguise. The truth is, constant hustle doesn't make you more productive. It makes you tired, reactive, and eventually burned out. Look at top performers, elite athletes, leading CEOs, groundbreaking artists. They don't grind endlessly. They protect their recovery like it's part of their job, because it is. Here's the shift. Rest isn't what you do after the work is done. It's what allows you to do your best work at all. Let's talk about how to make that rest purposeful. Most of us think of rest as collapsing on the couch or scrolling on our phones, basically not working. But purposeful rest is something entirely different. Purposeful rest is active disengagement. It's choosing activities that replenish your mental, emotional, and creative energy, not just distract you from stress. Deep contemplation, journaling, or daydreaming. Immersing yourself in a creative hobby with no performance pressure. Spending time in nature or with people who nourish you emotionally. Mindful movement like yoga, walking, or stretching. This kind of rest doesn't just pause your brain, it rejuvenates it. Think of it like charging your internal battery, not just keeping it from dying, but restoring it to 100%. Here's where it gets fascinating. Your brain actually works better when you rest. When you're off task, your default mode network kicks in, the part of your brain that lights up during daydreaming and creative insight. It's when your brain connects dots you didn't even realize were there. Research shows purposeful rest boosts neuroplasticity, helping your brain learn and adapt faster, memory consolidation, turning short-term info into lasting knowledge problem-solving, giving your subconscious time to process challenges. In other words, rest isn't time away from productivity. It's time that makes productivity possible. Okay, let's make this real. Here's how to start weaving purposeful rest into your actual life. Micro rests. Take 5-10-minute breaks every hour to stretch, walk, or just breathe. Theme days. Dedicate 1 day a week to low-stimulation activities, reading, creating, nature. Digital detoxes. Turn off devices for an hour a day or one full weekend day. Mindful transitions. Pause between tasks to reflect and reset your mind. The biggest barriers are often mental, not logistical. Guilt, FOMO, and fear of falling behind. But here's the truth. You can't pour from an empty cup. Resting on purpose is what allows you to show up fully when it counts. Personalize your rest practices based on your energy patterns. Morning person, build your creative rest then. Night owl, use evenings for contemplative rest. Here's what happens when you make purposeful rest part of your lifestyle. You become more creative because your brain has space to wander. You make better decisions because you're not running on fumes. You feel more present and alive because you're no longer living in survival mode. Rest stops being an emergency response to burnout and becomes your baseline for sustainable success. So instead of asking, how much can I get done? Start asking, how well can I show up? And what kind of rest will support that? Because rest is not a reward for productivity. It's a prerequisite for it. You don't have to earn your rest, you just have to reclaim it, not as an escape from life, but as the foundation that fuels it. Start today. Schedule one small act of purposeful rest this week, and watch how it quietly transforms everything.